Okay, so just a kind of intro to this video. I know this video is probably going to get me some hate or whatever if it does go anywhere or anything like that, but I need to kind of preface this video. I don't hate Call of Duty World War II, but I do have issues with it, and that's what this video is going to be about. Now, a little background on myself. I have been playing Call of Duty since Black Ops 1. I played World at War a tiny bit, I played Modern Warfare 2, but the first game I got early into the game's life cycle was Black Ops 1. And I kind of have played every single COD since then. I think Black Ops 3 is like one of my most played zombies-wise. Multiplayer-wise, my most played is probably Modern Warfare 3. Which is odd, because Modern Warfare 3 wasn't exactly the best multiplayer, but I enjoyed it. That was actually my first game that I got a gold gun in, so definitely a bunch of memories with Call of Duty. So if you guys disagree with me, or if you guys have any issues with the points that I make, let me know in the comments. If you have an issue with me just saying World War II is bad, or not bad, because it's not, I don't know, you'll understand when I go into the commentary with each section. I am going to cover each section. I've beaten the campaign. I'm Prestige 1. I think I'm like 10, 15 levels away from Prestige 2. I'm level like 20-something in zombies. And the zombies portion, that's going to be probably most of that and multiplayer are probably going to be most of the video. Yeah, so again, if you guys are, I guess, triggered or whatever at the fact that I'm going to be criticizing World War II, then learn how to understand that something you like is still able to be criticized. Like, say, Overwatch. I love Overwatch, but I will admit that there's issues with it. Just because you love something doesn't mean that it's immune to criticism, so just figured I'd point that out, kind of cover my ass a bit, but yeah, so that's kind of the intro to the video. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but let's just see how this goes, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so the first kind of section of this video is going to be multiplayer. This is by far where I have the most time played, which isn't even that much compared to other games. One thing I do want to kind of bring up is the special helmets. You do get one for beating the campaign, which is nice. The zombie helmet, that's the one you get for beating the easy Easter egg. I have not taken the time to do the hard Easter egg or whatever, like the hardcore one as they call it, and I'll get into why when I do the zombies portion of the video. I mean, there's nothing really special about them. Prestiging, yeah, it's nice, but no one's really going to use those. The event helmets. This isn't really something I have too much of an issue with. I will go into the kind of event drops though, and it's not for the fact of that they are pay to win as some people would complain, because I honestly don't believe that they are. Calling cards, it's the standard Call of Duty stuff to where it's there. Most of these calling cards that you see people won't use. They just put them there so that you have something to kind of spend your credits on to be able to get weapons, which is fine, because then there is some level of customization. Like, I've barely opened drops, and I'm a low level, and I have most of these calling cards already. And I've barely played the game. So, and out of the few winter drops I've opened, I have a decent amount of the winter calling cards as well already. So it's like, it's not really something I'm worried about in the sense of, at least with this event, the calling cards are fine. I mean, Iron and Blood's kind of basic, but I do appreciate how even rare calling cards and like some common calling cards are animated. I do appreciate that, because then even if it is a common, it's still something you can use and say, I enjoy the way this looks. Challenges, I don't really pay attention to these. I mean, I complete challenges, obviously, but I don't really say, hey, these are these, I need to complete these challenges to be able to get said calling card, because in all realistic kind of expectations of things, people just don't care. about calling cards, and that's just how it's going to be. But that's also my opinion, so I'm not going to put that against the game. Emblems, it's, again, just for the Winter Siege event, there's more emblems than there are standard issue ones. And that's the problem I have with it, is that the event loot boxes, or drops, or whatever you want to call them, are there just to be filler to keep you from getting what you want. Emotes, fine, whatever, social space. The only issue I have with it is, like, I'll scroll through, and there's like a few set animations, and that's it. Like Cat's Meow, what else? Yeah, just a bunch of them are the exact same thing. Like the legendaries, some of them are unique, but like, it only really changes what it says whenever you do it. So, I don't know. Emotes, you can very obviously tell that they're filler, and they're there just to keep you from getting things you want again. So, that's that. Faces, really nothing to talk about there. Score streaks, they're fine. Kind of underwhelming in all honesty, just because, and I just run this because I'm more of a hardcore player, so I don't like using streaks that do get kills, or even if I do, I'd use the glide bomb, but I just like having it as a care pack, because then I can get maybe another recon or another counter or something like that, so, or even flak guns from it, so. Divisions, it's a disappointment. Like, it's, like this outfit that I have on now, the ATS officer set, it's supposed to be for a sniper or whatever, and if you're laying down trying to snipe or whatever, that backpack gives you straight away. And that's the big problem I have with it, is it's just, it doesn't make sense why it's, I don't know. Like, the outfits don't make sense for half of the divisions that they're in. Like Expeditionary, they all have like gas masks and shit, which fine, that's just how it is. Actually, no, unlock that real quick. Infantry, kind of just, honestly, infantry, airborne, and mountain are the only ones people really use. Like, I see multiple people using shotguns in the mountain division just because of the silent footsteps. And armored, there's no need to use armored unless you're like playing war and you want to use an LMG. And another thing I do want to bring up is the variants. Honestly, I mean, they're fine. They're not stat changing, they're just extra XP. Can't really complain. I do like the shorty variants, just because it does make the gun look different. You feel proud to have it. Like that variant's fine, but variants like this are a complete waste of time. Like the fact that they have variants that purposely look all muddied and just disgusting make you not want to use them. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, he just got the common, or no, he got the epic, sorry. It's like, he just got the epic, he doesn't have the higher level shit. It makes people not want to use those variants for the simple fact of, why would they? Why would they want to use something that looks so terrible? Another issue I have is that more weapons need to have zombie perks, which again I will talk about in that portion of the video. As far as weapon balance goes, one of the things I do have an issue with is ARs and SMGs are far and beyond the dominant thing, and I know that's how COD has always been, but that doesn't mean that that's okay. Like, I get that COD's supposed to be like this arcadey shooter, or however you want to say it, and that's fine. It gives the game its niche, that's just how it is. I have no issue with that. But the issue I have is that people are, like, I will even list the guns that I see in most kill feeds. The only guns I usually, I mean, I play hardcore, so the main guns I see in hardcore are a bit different. Because I'll see people use semis and hardcore and stuff like that. And then, of course, you'll still get the people using the STG because they just don't want to use anything that's not the STG because it's not comfortable to use a semi, or it's not comfortable to use, like, the fucking M1941. Like, that thing shreds even in core. Like, that thing's really good. But it's not overpowered because it contends with the other ARs, which is a plus. Most of the ARs can kind of stand on their own in the respected modes. Yeah, semis can do decent in core, but in hardcore, and I know most people play core, but this is just my thoughts on the game from how I play it and my experiences with it. Even when I do see people using semis, they're sitting in corners or head glitching just to be able to get that one shot or that two shot. And that's the problem I have with this COD community, is that people will, like, the COD community will complain, hey, we want boots on the ground, we want boots on the ground. Okay, cool, here's your boots on the ground game. And then everyone just sits in corners because they don't have exosuits, and then, or they'll still jump around and jump shot because that's how they play the advanced movement games. As someone that didn't start out playing those games, it's annoying. It's not to the game's fault, it's the community. No matter what the developers do, the community is always going to find something to bitch about. And there's a difference between complaining needlessly and giving criticism to a game. If there's legit balance issues or game feature issues, which I will get into, criticizing a game helps improve it when the developers listen. And that's the biggest problem with COD World War II, is that the developers don't care. Michael Condrey, multiple times on Twitter, has had tweets go to him saying, hey, could you fix this? Could you fix this? I was wondering about this. Like the whole, what was it, TDM 100 and then domination 100 points per kill. He has said multiple times, when he does respond, that, yeah, most of the player base prefers it with TDM 75, or no, it was with the, most people prefer Dom at 50 points per kill. No one prefers that. Like, they switched it in the beta to 100, which is good. That's how it should be, and TDM 100 is how it should be. We shouldn't start out missing game modes, missing features in the game. We shouldn't be missing all of that. It's unacceptable. This game had 3 years in development, and even if they spent a year on each mode, that's more time than most before. That's more time on each mode than Treyarch had on Black Ops 1 or 2. And Black Ops 2 is one of the best Call of Duty games I have ever played. Same with Black Ops 1. And it's, if they can do that in a year, then with 3 years, Sledgehammer can make a working game. It's, my friend fucking joined me, okay. Sorry, my friend's sitting there looking at me. But, it's unacceptable. There's so many issues with the game. Headquarters didn't work at first, and now it semi-does. The Division Prestige system is, it's disgusting. Where is it? It's over here. Sorry, I'm just gonna bring you guys over to one of the things I want to talk about. Emblems. You can craft your own emblems, fine, whatever. You can't upload or view other emblems. And as I'm recording this, it's December 19th of 2017, and these features aren't available. It's unacceptable. They put COD points and an event for microtransactions into the game before basic features. Yeah, they have R&R. Whoever goes here, whoever checks the R&R area, no one does. Because that's not a feature anyone gives a fuck about. And even the paint jobs, uploading, crafting, all that, you can't do it. You just can't. Because having players be able to put their own camos on guns at launch is just too much of a feature to implement. Prestiging weapons is one of the easiest things to do in the game. Literally, you start out with a gun. I barely ever use the carabin, and within 2 matches I can prestige it without even having the double fucking, or not the double, the 25% boost to weapon XP. It's too easy. And on the note of prestiging, which is, sorry, I was going to talk about orders, but then I thought about prestiging. Literally, all you get for prestiging is a prestige unlock token, a little emblem above your head for a little bit. You get all your shit reset as normal, which is fine. That's kind of the point of it. Keep the game going. That's fine. But all you get for prestiging is that unlock token and a helmet. You don't get anything else. You don't get a rare supply drop. You don't get armory credits. You don't get social score for prestiging around people. You don't get any of that. And all you do after you prestige the first time is run back in here, prestige, run back out, set up your classes, and go to a match. Prestiging in this game doesn't feel like it gives you anything. It feels like just a chore. It feels like, okay, I played the game, let me prestige. There's no sense of reward with it. And I don't see the point in prestiging, I really don't. I prestiged once just to be able to say I did, and then that's it. I might prestige again just because then there's some reason for me to play the multiplayer. And the firing range, yeah, there's a sequence or whatever where you can do the headquarters challenges. But before I even had this area, like before headquarters was even working, I have a couple of the challenges done. It's one of the easiest things to do. It's not hard. And winning the 1v1 pit, they're literally putting challenges in here for like XP and calling cards. Like, that's a cool calling card, falling the 38 feet. But then you gotta find somewhere to fall those 38 feet from. So there's just a lot, and like, giving them flack. You can't even do that yet because the basic feature that they were saying was a huge deal for headquarters just isn't in the game yet. Because they couldn't get one little mode or one little feature into headquarters before they put COD points in. Or before they put, a DLC event, or before they even do a trailer for fucking DLC 1. They couldn't do any basic features before worrying about that. They're not putting basic features into the game. The game is not balanced. Anyone that says this game is balanced needs to look at actual balanced games. No one ever does the 1v1 pit, so the point of it being here is literally just pointless. And it's just moot. There's no reason for the headquarters to be a thing. Destiny isn't an okay game because it had the tower. Destiny wasn't an okay game after all the patches just because it had social aspects. No one cares about those at the end of the day. At the end of the day, the headquarters just distracted from keeping the game working and balanced. And that's why I have an issue with Call of Duty World War II's multiplayer. The developers put more time into supply drops, into emblems, into calling cards, into pistol grips, which I will go over right now because this is a whole different situation. So there are 153 base game pistol grips. And 4 of those are heroic. Who is going to use pistol grips? Who? And then there's 20 from the event. 2 of them being epic and 1 of them being a heroic. And most of them being common, so you'll mostly get pistol grips. The game has so many issues with it. And the fact that they spent more time on headquarters, pistol grips, calling cards, and emblems than they did for base game features and base game balance just goes to show that Sledgehammer as a whole, like for the most part, Sledgehammer doesn't care about the game. Sledgehammer does not care about fan response. They don't care about criticism. Michael Condrey very rarely replies to actual criticism of the game. And the only times I've ever seen him reply have been him making snarky remarks to the community. Like, there was this one YouTuber, I'll probably link his video in the description. He has tweeted at Michael Condrey multiple times, and then Michael Condrey replied to the guy trying to say, yeah, well, we got the same complaints about you going like 2-30. And the guy literally is one of the better Call of Duty players that I know that isn't like a pro player. Michael Condrey's approach to community management is disgusting. He should not have the ability to talk to the community in the way he does and just say, yeah, he's a developer, and have the fans on his side. Call of Duty World War II at its base is broken. This game is not a finished product. It's not. This game is unfinished, it's unpolished. There are so many issues with it. And you can tell. One of my first games on, I don't have footage of it, but one of my first games on, there were people inside of walls shooting at me. First game on. And I got the game maybe a week after launch. This game is not a good game. This game has the basis to be a good game. Like, if the headquarters worked, fine. If it didn't take away and have issues, like if it didn't take away from development time too much of basic features and weapon balance, I wouldn't care. I'd be fine with it. But the fact that they hype this up so much, and that this is their big thing for the game instead of caring about weapon balance and hit detection, goes to show a lot. Now, to anyone that says, because I know, like I said at the beginning of this video, I know I'm going to get hate. And that's fine. There might be people that support this video, there might be people that hate on this video, that's fine. Because everyone has their different opinion. But if you want to tell me that this game is balanced and finished, then I would like to know what game you're playing, because we are clearly not playing the same game. But without me spending too much more time on this subject, those are my opinions on the multiplayer. If you guys end up only caring about the multiplayer and you want to tune out at this part, that's fine. Thank you for watching. And even if you did disagree with me, leave a comment because I want to know your guys' opinions. And I do have my comments to where they are only approved, because then there's no people commenting. Because my biggest thing is hate comments, there's no reason for them to exist. If your main thing on my video is that you disagree with me, fine. If you disagree with me, tell me your opinion and give me criticism. But if you're going to sit here and say, okay, well, your opinion's invalid because World War II is the best game and it saved COD, then there's no reason for that, because it's not constructive. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to do anything, and thinking like that is why this game is how it is. People like that make the COD developers lazy, and they make them not care about doing basic things such as making the game work. So, like I said, I don't think the multiplayer for this game is good. I think it needs to be fixed. I think it needs to be balanced. I think many things need to be worked on. And as someone who has been playing COD games for a while, it sucks to say that, but that's just how it is. The game is not finished. Maybe if it would have gotten another 3 months, it would have been finished. But at this rate, a month later, it is not finished. So, again, if you guys are watching this video in the future, this might be an outdated video and things might be fixed. But as of December 19th, if I remember correctly, December 19th, the game is not fixed. The game is not finished. It's broken. But again, this is my thoughts on the multiplayer. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Next subject is going to be the zombies. So, if you guys want to stick around for that, cool. If you don't, thank you for watching. Leave a comment just of your opinion in general. If you dislike this video, feel free to dislike. Let me know. If you enjoyed this video and you agree with anything I say, feel free to leave a like. If you enjoy this video, if you enjoy other videos I have on the channel, feel free to subscribe. Peace out, and I hope to see the rest of you that will stay in the next section. Okay, so this is the zombies section of the video. Just a sound test. I have played the prologue, which is okay. It's really nothing special, if I'm being honest. Couple of main talking points I want to talk about is, and I want to get this out of the way, I don't like World War II zombies. It's boring. It's just not fun. I've only played 20 matches of zombies. I only have 15 hours left, or 15 hours played. 32 is my highest because I was playing with my friend Charlie, and he's from the UK, and it was later for him, and I didn't want to continue in a co-op session solo, so, yeah, the loadouts, you get them at level 5. Your standard loadout is actually this, just a different order: specialist training, fully loaded and armored up, which are a good start. That's why I kind of have it like that. You can upgrade your shit. Every certain amount of levels you can use. Like, at level 35 I can start off with the Gewehr, which is good, since I have the zombie variant. The Kar 98K is pretty good. Let me send that for points. Sawed-off's fine. I mean, it's what it is. Pistols are kind of meh. Nothing really great. But one thing I definitely want to talk about is the abilities, or the specials. The clearly two best ones are free fire and camouflage. The issue I have with it is these are the only two that are helpful. Free fire is in a short amount of time with unlimited ammo for any of your guns. So you can switch guns the whole time and use infinite ammo for all of them during that point. But if you have the double full meter, then you can have it for double the time, which is just easy, especially with the pack-punched pistols. Camouflage is literally the go-to for solo, because you can buy ammo from pack-punch, so people just pop camo when it's double full, go buy ammo from the pack-punch machine, go back to wherever they're training, or if they're about to go down. I've never seen a single person use frontline or shell shock. They're useless. I get that they wanted 4 different roles for the 4 different players, but it is not implemented well. Free fire and camouflage are easily the only ones that are useful. Speaking of that, you can actually upgrade them. Every time you level up, just like in multiplayer, instead of an unlock token, you get a Raven's Mod token, or Raven Research token, or whatever. And then you have to go through, so if you want this, where you have your whole team has a longer bleed out time, you have to get every single one of these first. You have to get all of these, and they all cost a token. It's ridiculous. What is it? Yeah, this is the one I wanted, because then there's bonus headshot damage. This one's really good for if you're using camo. Death Raven is mainly just free fire stuff. This is good because if they have less than half health, you do extra melee, but it's not that useful. Again, Serrated Edge, it's one of those things where if you're doing a melee challenge, it's fine. Shell Shocked, yeah, the triple damage would be nice. Triple damage to double the front line, that'd be good as well, but again, it's nothing crazy. The one you're definitely going to want to go for, you start off, or no, Resourceful is the one you start with, I think. You start off with this one, and this one, I believe? I don't know. Something like that. But one thing you definitely want to get is fully loaded, because then you start off with the maximum amount of ammo as possible, and that goes through the rounds. Consumables, it's not good. Like a guaranteed sniper, who's gonna want 3 charges of that? You're only gonna use it once per game, like, it's stupid. Refund coupons, yeah, it's 2 charges, it's nice. Insta-kill, Uberladen, the full special meter, that's the thing that fills your meter, and if it's already charged, it completely fills it. MG42 and 15 guarantee, those are actually pretty good, because MGs are pretty good in this game. Self revives, so if you're playing solo and you don't want to use quick revive and you want to keep your perks, you have to have self revive and you have to get them from zombies drops, which are rare as hell. Again, just kind of general shit. And these are the challenges for the characters. This one, I don't remember what I have to do for this person. Oh yeah, I have to upgrade the Tesla gun, or build it before round 6 to be able to get the characters, which also, special characters, they're not that, they don't feel special. They really don't. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, or I don't know. Quartermaster, you can literally buy drops of COD points, it's nothing special. You can open your zombies drops in multiplayer to get social score, which can get you other variants and more credits towards other variants, which is nice, but weapon kits, from the start you can customize everything. I don't actually have the GPMG, so like right now it's blurry as hell, so I don't know how it actually works or whatever. Probably throw that cam on because it's not as strenuous on the eyes. Yeah, there's the Sten, obviously, and you can use these weapons in multiplayer and zombies. Like if you get the variants, then why are these camos not working? Sorry, there was a noise in the background, but yeah, it's some of these you can't really see the camo on. Might throw a camo on this one because it doesn't ruin it necessarily. It's like not super glowy or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Jawbreaker, again, this is something I kind of touched on in the multiplayer aspect of it, but there needs to be more zombie variants, like things that give you zombie perks, because there's only one of the STG, and one thing I don't get is the epic. The difference between epic and heroic, besides the look for multiplayer, is an extra 5% bonus XP compared to the epic. But if you get the epic, what they should do is if you have the epic, it should be 100 kills without going down to get a nuke. And then if you have the heroic, it should be 75 kills. Because then it's like, okay, a little bit less, whatever. Then that kind of substitutes for not giving you the bonus XP. And that's the problem I have with it, is I have the epic of this, but if I had the Jawbreaker 2, which I'm pretty sure there is one, I wouldn't be able to use the perk, because it just doesn't exist on heroics. Like with the Bite the Dust 1, it's like, oh, increased damage to the body, that's fine, but decreased headshot damage. Bite the Dust 2 should give you the exact opposite effect of increased headshot but less body damage. Like, they should do something like that to where it's useful to have the heroic, or the heroic plays differently than the epic. Like, if they did something like that, that would actually be cool. That'd be something neat to kind of have. And they'd be like, oh, okay, that's something different that makes the gun unique. But right now, none of the guns feel unique. Like, there's one heroic that gives you a zombies variant, and that's for the PO8. And that's literally 4 melee kills. So it's not even, hey, we're not going to reward you for using the gun that you're holding, we're going to reward you for meleeing. It makes no sense. The Jupiter, it's fine, it's whatever. The Hi-Mat, again, it should have the variant for both of them, it shouldn't just have it for one. And also, this variant, why is that a thing? But that's not really something that I'm going to talk about in this. Consumables, it's bullshit. It's bad. As far as maps, there's only 2 maps in the game. If you're someone who doesn't do Easter eggs and you like zombies, then you're stuck to the final Reich, because you only get Grostenhaus, or however you say it, or Grostenhaus, I don't know. I don't remember exactly how to speak German. But you only get that for beating the Easter egg. Like, I did the casual Easter egg with a friend of mine on a stream, because we were both streaming, and that is what got me Grossenhaus. So it's, or no, because I beat the Easter egg the second time with him, and then I beat it once before, but whatever. Grossenhaus itself, it's fine. You can get the box, which is good. It's fine. The characters, honestly, Justin, David Tennant, everyone knows that. Marie's like the kind of, I guess, main character of zombies for some reason, where she's like, oh, I gotta save my brother. That's what the whole first Easter egg is about, saving her brother. That's it. It's fine, I guess. It's nothing special. I know a lot of people like Olivia or whatever for some reason. I only play as David Tennant because I used to be a huge Doctor Who fan, so that's why. But I don't know, as far as zombies plays, it's just boring. And this is something that this YouTuber I watched called Cynic the Original made a video on, saying that it's just boring. And his video is kind of his video where he was saying World War II Zombies is boring, and then his video that he did recently is saying 5 things to improve World War II or something like that. Those 2 videos, and then the video that I think Nero Cinema did on World War II might have saved COD or something like that. I'll link them in the description. But this is the whole reason I'm doing this video, is because of those videos. Kind of in a response. Has World War II saved Call of Duty? I don't know. Like I said in the multiplayer part, the multiplayer is not finished. It's just not ready. You can tell Zombies does not feel finished. It feels like such a tacked on mess that it's like, hey, we got these celebrity voice actors. That's why we got these actors that are celebrities. You want to play the game now? Like, having big name talent doesn't make a game good. You can have Nolan North, Troy Baker, you can have fucking Steve Bloom, you can have actual David Tennant, you can have all these different people. You could have Kevin Spacey in the game with Troy Baker. It doesn't make the game good. Acting talent helps, yes. And the reactions that they have and how they play their characters, it helps. But for the most part, gameplay is what people care about. Like in Black Ops 3, I love the Black Ops crew. I love the Treyarch Zombies crew. It's a good crew. It's been built up over games, and it's kind of like a storyline. It works. But it's not because of the characters that I like the mode. Yes, the characters add something, and for someone who's played for a long time, it's good to see those characters. But even if those characters were bland, Zombies would still be fun. But the problem with World War II Zombies is the gameplay is boring, it's repetitive, and the characters are boring. None of the characters stand out to me in any specific reason. Marie, her whole character trait is, I want to save my brother. That's it. Justin's the kind of recovery guy and like super smart dude, and like I think he, like his intro was like, oh, I saved a bunch of art or whatever. Like, he's a smart dude. I think Johnson is the black guy's name? Jefferson. I don't know the actor's name. I only know David Tennant. I don't know the other actor or actresses' names. His kind of thing is he just likes to get shit done. He's kind of the kick-ass badass of the group, which is fine. Olivia, I don't know shit about. I think she's like the resistance chick or whatever, and she's like, oh, come on guys, we can do it, or whatever. It's stupid. Again, that's not me dissing on any certain character that's your favorite or whatever. I'm just saying characters are boring. Character quotes, they're fine. It's whatever. Hearing, especially the first time you play the map, hearing the characters scream things like, oh, or oh fuck, like getting scared at these zombies or whatever, the first time seeing them, it's good. It works. It's a good thing that they did that. And the first few times you get jump scare zombies, it's effective. But after your first few matches, or even if you do a match and you last a while, it gets to the point where it's, Okay, cool, another jump scare. And during the Easter egg, if you get a jump scare zombie and it looks the same as the zombie you had, if you turn around to run or whatever, and then you look back at them, you don't know which one you can kill, so you can save the other one. It's not a good process. It's jump scare zombies. It's stupid. Jump scares in a Call of Duty game, there's no need for it. I get that Sledgehammer has this pedigree of Dead Space or whatever, and they're going for a horror-themed Nazi zombies. That's fine. That's unique and interesting if they did it well. But the Final Reich is not a good map. I do not... It's not fun. Getting set up is too easy. It's not a challenge. I know it kind of seems like a bullshit lie when I'm saying that, even though my highest round's only 32. Well, that's because I don't care to do high rounds on this game. I just don't. There's no reward of, oh, you do these certain few things in a match, you are guaranteed a drop. It's, oh, every few levels, which take too goddamn long to level up, by the way. Like, I'm almost Prestige 2 in multiplayer, and I'm not even level 30 in zombies. And I've played 20 matches, and I've done the Easter egg twice. It's ridiculous. They need to fix the multiplayer XP rate slightly, and they need to fix the zombies XP rate by a lot. You level up way too slow in this game, and it's not okay. It's boring. If they added something like Infinite Warfare had, where it's like daily and weekly contracts or whatever, and then, hey, you complete these, you get this. Like, say you get like a rare zombies drop or whatever for doing the weekly. Cool. Or even a couple rare zombies ones, depending on what it is. Cool, that would be helpful. Say you do to where you earn, like, armory credits or whatever the fuck they're called in this game. Say you earn, like, oh, here's 1,000 for a weekly. It's good. It's something that gives you a reason to play zombies, and it gives you something to work for. But right now, there's no need to play zombies. Yeah, if you want a special helmet in multiplayer, you can do the easy Easter egg. I don't know about the hard Easter egg because I haven't done it. That might give you a helmet, it might give you the same helmet. I don't know. But all you get for doing the Easter egg is a trophy and a helmet. For the multiplayer. So you don't get shit for zombies for playing zombies. It's ridiculous. And it's stupid. And another thing with the events is that with the winter event going on right now, that should have some kind of winter zombies drop. Where it's a guaranteed winter item, a normal item, and then the zombie shit. Because then, for the people who do only play zombies, I'm sure there's a few out there, then they have something to work for instead of being like, oh, if I want this Gewehr or whatever variant, I need to play multiplayer. And I talked about it in the multiplayer section, so if you, obviously you guys saw that part if you're here, but yeah. What I might do is end up throwing some gameplay in at the end without commentary to kind of show you guys just gameplay of the Final Reich and Grostenhaus, or I might just do videos of that and then link them in the description. I don't know yet. But the next section I'm going to do is the campaign section, which will be short, like 10-15 minutes. Maybe a little shorter, I don't know. But yeah, if you guys don't want to stay for the campaign part, thanks for watching the video. If you agree or disagree with anything I said, leave a comment. Like or dislike, whatever. It's up to you guys. If you enjoyed these videos, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you guys want. I do gaming videos. I'm getting back into releasing music again because I have a bunch of music done. Like, I have a whole album of music I want to release next year, so yeah. And I will leave a poll somewhere in this video, probably around this part, about what mode is your favorite mode in World War II, whether it's zombies, multiplayer, or whatever. And then I will also have a couple polls in the description of, did you guys agree with my points in each part. So I'll have one for multiplayer, one for zombies, one for campaign, and then there will be yes, somewhat, not at all, like there will be options, because then I can know what your guys' opinions are. Or even if you guys just want to let me know down in the comments. It's up to you guys. But if you did enjoy this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, all that kind of stuff, because I do want to start streaming on Twitch eventually. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next part, which I'm going to hop into right now. Well, this is a bit of a familiar area. For those of you who don't know, one of my first actual video that I did, that was like recorded or whatever, of World War II was of the campaign. So, as you can see, I played through it all the way to the Rhine. I just played through on regular, kind of just to play through it and enjoy the game. A couple standout missions for me were, let me see if I can find them. SOE, just because that train bit was kind of nice. Liberation was good because of the stealth. Collateral damage, you get to play in like tanks, if I remember correctly. Battle of the Bulge, you got to use planes, which was amazing to do. Ambush was kind of neat, because another kind of stealth mission. Then the Rhine was kind of like, of course, the big Call of Duty cinematic finale, and it had a couple quote-unquote tender moments. Again, there's going to be spoilers for the campaign. I'll put that in the description as well, obviously. By the time you're here, obviously you're watching and you don't care about spoilers or you've played the game. I kind of do, I guess, a walk-by of each mission. I'm not going to play them all in one game, obviously. I'm just kind of going to talk you through them. D-Day, it's fine. The intro it gives you is kind of nice, of like, okay, well, here's the kind of setup. It's like kind of like a monologue or whatever's going on. Kind of cool. I think it's like FDR, so it's fine. Overall, D-Day as a mission, it's a good Call of Duty introduction, I guess. It's nothing special. It's very forgettable. D-Day, I feel like should have been one of the last missions. Because it doesn't feel like it's, like, the campaign's not that long, obviously, as you guys saw. And what's stupid, I mean, it makes sense, but it's also dumb at the same time. Characters from multiplayer, I should have brought this up in that section. Like, I don't know who the quartermaster is, I don't know if she has any connection to the story, but the prestige general that you go to talk to so you can prestige is like the general from like the campaign, like the big kind of master boss of like your group or platoon or whatever. And then Major Howard shows up in Battle of the Bulge, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think that's the mission. And then that's about it as far as those people are concerned. The reason I brought it up is because those people are also there, but then they're at the headquarters, right? And the headquarters is set up on Normandy as ships are unloading. So it's like they're just sitting there waiting for everything to unload, even though at the same time they're also during some of these missions. It's confusing, or maybe this game has a weird fucking timeline or some shit. I don't know. But yeah. So if you play a lot of multiplayer and then you go to campaign, you'll recognize a couple faces. Nothing great. I do want to give credit to the cutscenes. Again, cutscenes in Call of Duty these past few years have been like movies almost. Except for Black Ops 3, let's not remember that. I don't know. The campaign this year was a letdown, to say the least. It's, with games like, I mean, honestly, I think COD 4's campaign is a bit overrated. It's a good campaign, but it's a bit overrated. I'm not gonna lie. Modern Warfare 2 had a great campaign, and it had the bonus of, at the end of it, for the Modern Warfare, like for COD 4, after you beat the campaign, you get that Mile High Club mission. That's something special. Modern Warfare 2, they gave you the museum, which was awesome to go through and try and see if you could survive against juggernauts and all that. That's awesome. Black Ops 1, you unlocked 5 after you beat the campaign. That was cool. Something nice to do for beating the campaign. It was nice. And then I don't remember if Black Ops 2 did anything at the end of the campaign. I don't think they did. I don't know. Black Ops 3, or I guess I'm going out of order, but next would be Ghosts. They didn't give you shit after the campaign. Advanced Warfare, same thing. Nothing special after the campaign. Black Ops 3, same thing. Just campaign's there if you want it. And then Infinite Warfare, same thing. Campaign's just there. If you complete it, you complete it. No one gives a fuck. It's like it's just there for you to do if you want. I don't know. COD campaigns are getting less and less care over the years. It's like, yeah, they're getting care in the fact of, like, Josh Duhamel, or Josh Duhamel, however you say his name, is in this campaign, and he's like Sergeant Pearson? Agent Pearson. He's Sergeant Pearson, who's like, him and this guy called Turner are like the two big honchos of your platoon, aside from that general I talked about earlier. In that situation, it's kind of a Pearson, Turner go back and forth or whatever for reasons you find out later in the story. Which I guess I'll just talk about since this is a spoiler included run through. But the reason Pearson is such a piece of shit, which you find out later, is because he ended up, you actually find it out on Hill 493, I'm pretty sure. Well, you find it out beginning of Battle of the Bulge, or beginning of the Rhine or something like that. But it's hinted at throughout Death Factory onward. And what you find out is Pearson kind of led one of his old platoons on a rescue mission to get his other people, even though his orders were to fall back, and he didn't want to leave without people, so he ended up losing all of his platoon or whatever, and it's like messed with his head or whatever, which that could have been a really good thing for the plot. That could have been amazing if they did it the right way and made it to where you felt that kind, like if you saw, like if there was a mission where you played as Pearson in that situation, that would have been amazing. You would have gotten to feel as Pearson did with those characters, and even if they would have done it to where the prequel mission or whatever is him doing like a battle or whatever with that platoon, and then you have to go back and you don't find out that everyone dies until later on when they reveal it. That would have been really good as like a reveal and kind of like, you know, development for Pearson. But they didn't do that. They just say, hey, this happened. We're not going to show you it. We're not going to give you an interesting idea or premise for a mission. We're just going to say, hey, deal with it. There's a lot of missed opportunities in this. The whole idea of Paul, again, missed opportunity. It was the fact that they played off of, oh, hey, well, could he be alive? He's writing the notes to him. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. It doesn't feel right. It just feels like the whole time for most of the game he's writing notes to his brother Paul, and then you find out that his brother Paul took him out hunting when the main character, I forgot his name, which I'll go on that in a minute. But yeah, the main character and his brother Paul go hunting when the main character was younger, and you find out that a wolf attacks Paul, and then your main character as a kid is supposed to, like, I mean, it's in the cutscenes, so there's nothing you can do, but it's like supposed to, again, missed opportunity. But in that moment, your character's like, oh shit, I gotta load this gun or whatever, and he's trying to load a single shot into like an M1 or something like that, or a carbine or some shit, to be able to shoot the wolf, and he like drops the bullet, and then Paul pulls out the knife to stab the thing after already having his arm like torn up, and it's not a good moment. I get what they were going for, but it was not executed. Well, again, if they wanted it to feel some kind of way without changing the fact of, oh, it's a huge reveal and he's dead. If they wanted to do something like that, they could have had the moment matter where, oh, you play as the main character as he's younger trying to load the bullet. It's like a quick time event, and no matter what you do, you fail. Or even if you get it in, you miss or some shit. That would have been a great moment to show, to make the player feel like, oh my god, there's nothing I could do, I'm stressed, there's nothing I can do, and he's gonna die. That kind of sense of helplessness would have been something amazing to have. That would have been an amazing moment for a mission. But they didn't do that. Honestly, Call of Duty World War II is just there. Nothing in this game is spectacular. Nothing in this game is special. The game is here. It tells you, hey, there's this. Deal with it. There's no, oh hey, well this might happen, or oh hey, look, this is a special moment that most other games wouldn't give you. It's very bland. And that's the problem I have with World War II, is the game is just boring. And Sledgehammer made this whole big deal when they were like, oh, no swastikas in the multiplayer. They were like, yeah, campaign will be 100% accurate, 100% accurate. Not even a single mission that involves Hitler. They mention him a couple times in the campaign, I think. If that. They don't even call them Nazis. I think they do once or twice. They call them Krauts, which, if that's actually what they called them, that's fine. I have no issue with that. Again, I'm not a huge history nerd. I mean, I like history, but I don't know as much about World War II as other things. It just feels off. Like, Aiello is, like, set up from the beginning as, like, this bigoted or, like, racist character or whatever. And then he says something to Zussman, the Jewish character, which, of course, in a World War II game, as soon as they say, he was like, oh, Aiello says a line, and he's like, I don't shake hands with a Jewish boy. And then there's like an awkward pause, and it's like to let you know, hey, he's Jewish. That's going to factor into the plot later. It's disgusting. They don't handle anything with subtlety. They don't do anything well. They wink at so many things and don't pay off most of it. Like the whole situation with the main character failing to save his brother. That in itself could have been a cool part of a mission or whatever as a flashback. But then there's the ending to the Rhine mission. After you finish the first part of the mission, which is like crossing the bridge and all that kind of stuff, like crossing the Rhine, you end up taking out flak guns and then you're done. You cross the Rhine, you're good. You end up going, it's like, oh, they spotted internment camps or whatever is what they called them, which I'm pretty sure they didn't find them until after the war, if I remember correctly. That's a bit of a slip up on Sledgehammer's part. But again, simple things, yeah. But with the ending of that, obviously you go and search an internment camp. It says that you search, I think, 3 or 4, or more than that maybe, I don't know. And you're like on the last one. And then you walk through, and it's a walking simulator mission essentially, or ending. You kind of walk through the internment camp, which it's fine. Like, kind of showing the internment camps, I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they didn't shy away from how fucked up that was. And you see like burned bodies, people tied to poles and shot and like stabbed and shit. It's dark, it's grim, and I'm glad that they didn't shy away from how things actually were, because World War II and war in general is grim. It's fucked up. And I'm glad that they didn't say, oh, well, it's too dark. To their credit, the campaign has probably done better than the multiplayer this year. in my opinion at least, as far as handling things goes. It's just, and then after you kind of walk through, I forgot the character's name, but the guy that like takes pictures and he's the smart guy of the group, he ends up taking pictures of everything, and then it like freezes the screen for you and shows you the pictures if like it would look like that, which is fine. Kind of like a pause on the moments of like just realization of how fucked up it is. It's fine. But then, oh boy, then there's the issue of how the actual ending is handled. You end up finding out something about where Zussman could be. I think you hear like a gunshot or some shit, so you run, you like fully book it into the woods, and then you like run or whatever, and then you're like talking to yourself, and then you're like, I'm not gonna fail you again, brother, or whatever. Kind of, it's supposed to be like a touching moment. It's fine. That's cool. They're going for a Band of Brothers type vibe. Cool. But then you get to the part and you end up having to save Zussman, which is fine, because that's Call of Duty's big thing is, oh, you're the hero of everything. And even in one of the missions, just sidetracking real quick, in one of the missions, I think it's beginning of the Rhine, which the moment that kind of makes you decide to go back after punching Pearson at the face at the end of ambush when Zussman gets captured. You end up getting, you were like gonna get court-martialed or whatever, and then you find a note on a person in a different mission, which sets up the mission of ambush. It's like at the end of Battle of the Bulge, and that sets up ambush, or it's at the beginning of ambush and then continues. But just because you found that note, the general's like, oh, it wouldn't look too good on the US military to court-martial the soldier that kind of accelerated the whole goddamn war effort. And then he's like, yeah, that one note you found gave us access to a way to find the last bridge across the Rhine, or some kind of wording like that. It's so contrived. You can tell we have to make the player feel like they're the master of everything somehow, so let's do it like this. It's not executed well. But yeah, after you save Zussman, it just kind of ends. There is a cutscene or whatever, it's like ILO and everyone talks, and again, the cutscenes look amazing. Like obviously the in-game, like the game looks fine, graphics-wise. The in-game, like the out-of-game cutscenes or whatever, like the ones that don't use the in-game full engine or whatever, they look great. Like there's one with Josh Duhamel and the guy who plays Turner standing, like Pearson and Turner standing next to each other, and they look amazing. Like the graphics are amazing in the cutscenes. Again, that's an easy thing to kind of do as far as games with this kind of budget, so it's not really an issue, but it's just nice that I mean, in multiplayer they're taking away features. I'm just glad that they're not fucking with the campaign as much. It's just, like I said, there's so many missed opportunities. There were so many moments that they call back to that could have been like short missions as they were recalling it. Like the one with Piercer, with the main character and his brother. That would have been great, having those two as like mini missions. That would have been amazing. The end, honestly, my favorite moment in the campaign is when they are going through the internment camp, because the way the characters react, it's in that kind of way of you're shocked, disgusted, saddened, just all kinds of fucked. You're almost numb. And after all they went through of the war and that, it's just, you can tell that they just don't know how to react to it. It's a good reaction to it. It fits. And the acting in that situation is pretty well. Again, I don't know. The campaign, it has issues. There's no denying it. Every game has issues. But Call of Duty has issues that should be simple to fix or minimize, and they just don't. They spend all their budget on extra filler shit for the multiplayer to make sure you don't get the things you want. And that's all it is. The campaign is what Call of Duty is based off of. The campaign sets up the foundation of the whole game. If your campaign's weak, the rest of your game's going to be weak. Same with the multiplayer. Hold on. Sorry, my dog, or my dog. My dad thought my dog was on here, but oh my god. Sorry again. But yeah, this whole video has just been my kind of, I guess, disappointment with Call of Duty World War II. There are parts I enjoy, like the multiplayer. I enjoy the multiplayer for the most part. Like, for the most part, the multiplayer is fine. Yeah, nothing special, it's just there, it's fine. But I don't see many people criticizing this game on YouTube. I don't see many actual Call of Duty YouTubers that have an audience saying, I'm gonna use my audience regardless of whether I could lose my invite to the next DLC event or whatever. They don't care. They don't care about their audience being informed of the issues with the game. They say, my well-being and my ability to make money and views off of this are more important than my audience being informed. And I get that for most of those YouTubers, their channels are their livelihood. But at some point, you gotta say, is me losing access to early DLC events really that big of an issue? And is me making a DLC 1 video early and getting early footage of it more important than people knowing the issues with the game series I love and me trying to improve it? That's what I have a problem with. I'm not trying to call out any specific YouTuber, but there are a bunch of them that just refuse to say there's issues with the current Call of Duty until after that current Call of Duty is already done with its life cycle. And as far as Drifter goes as a person, I don't dislike Drifter as a person. I think he's a fine person, he's a good dude. I mean, I've never met him, but he seems like a good dude. But the fact that he waited to do there's an issue with Black Ops 3 video until Infinite Warfare was almost out, it's shitty. There's no other way to say it. It's not the right way to do it. If you're gonna criticize the game, don't wait till the game's already almost dead to try and say something about it. That's not valid criticism. Saying, oh hey, this game had these issues, or this game has these issues, but no one cares anymore. What's that gonna do? The point of criticism is to try and get things changed and to try and say, hey, I care about this series, I care about these games, I want them to be as good as they can be. You can't say that and then make a video almost a year after the game comes out saying, oh, there were issues with the game and I'm gonna try and criticize it. No. That's going off of trends and just trying to get views and not giving a shit about your audience. And not giving a shit about the series that you claim to love. That's a problem. But again, this is just my thoughts after my experiences with the game. I've beaten the whole campaign, as you guys saw on the channel. I'll even check my time. I had 15 hours in zombies, as you guys saw. I don't know how much time I have in multiplayer, I'll check. Again, I mostly play hardcore, so most of my criticisms are for the game involving hardcore, even though I do play a bit of core. This is just, it's disappointing. World War II, is it a bad game? No. Is it a great game? No. It's just a game. Honestly, World War II has the highest potential of most of the modern Call of Duties to reinvigorate everyone that cares about the series. And the problem is, they don't. It's not refreshing to see all this. It's just there. I don't know. It's disappointing, to say the least. How do I have more with the mountain than I have with, like, armored? 3 hours. How much total time do I have? I have over a day played, which isn't that crazy. Yeah. My best fucking kill game was like a 42, and that was me getting like 2 quad. Yeah. What? Best mode? How is this my best mode? Looks like I got 14 kills. Wait, that's not right. I didn't only get 14 kills. Because you need more than that to win free-for-all. What the fuck? I'm confused. Gun game stats, yeah, they don't count. For some reason. War, I used to only play War, that's why there's a ton of fucking kills in that. And a bunch of wins. Hardcore Dom. They don't show Hardcore Dom? Because I only... Oh, it just combines Dom and Hardcore Dom. I'm guessing. Or no, Hardcore Dom's down here, okay. Hardcore free... Yeah, I got 30 kills in the Hardcore free-for-all and ended up not playing it again. Hardcore Dom, I have a fuck ton of time in that. Out of 31 games, I've won 16. I also get put in the middle of a lot of matches. I haven't played any Hardcore Search just because I don't find it fun. I only played Gridiron for the fact of there was like a daily or weekly or whatever, or the beginning special you had to have, what's it called? You had to play each mode, so that's what I did. Hard point's fine. Kill confirmed's fine. They need hardcore kill confirmed and hardcore hard point. Like, that would be really helpful. That'd be great. But how's my best? I don't understand this game. Where is the flamethrower? It's not showing me the flamethrower stats. Crushed with crates, I forgot about that. Planes destroyed, yeah, it's... Yeah. I'm mainly a kind of assist-heavy person. Sorry about that. Yeah, my best gun's the Type 100. That's like my favorite gun in the game right now. The Grease gun's a close second. It's really fun. The Thompson's a good gun. Kind of annoying for the most part, but STG is fine. I have a decent amount of... That's probably my favorite AR is the 1941. The Johnson or whatever. The Gewehr is pretty good. I just got it recently, so I only have a few games played with it. The SVT is fine in hardcore. The bar is fine. I actually perma-unlocked that when I first got the game, because I didn't know how overpowered anything was in the game. So I felt really bad after a while, and I'm like, okay, this is not good. Yeah, I used the M1 for like... I used the M1A1 carbine for like a second, and then I switched classes, and that was it. Or I picked it up and then died or some shit. It's... Yeah. I've only used the M1 like once or some shit. Yeah, I got like 2 kills because I picked it up and then I died. SMGs, I'm mainly an SMG and AR guy because that's the best in the game. I do have the infield gold. I'm going for the Carabin, the M1903, and then I'll eventually get the Car 98. So I'm gonna go for Sniper's Diamond, and then maybe Shotgun's Diamond. I don't know. Possibly pistols. I don't know because the 1911's a bitch to deal with. Might go with SMGs eventually. I don't know because I'm not a big fan of the WAF. So that one would kind of be a bit annoying to go through, but it's whatever. But yeah, I've taken up enough of your guys' time, so if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, obviously, subscribe. Join the Discord down below. If you guys want to donate to try and help me get a better mic or whatever for videos, that'd be great. I mean, you guys don't have to, obviously, it's just there for if people do want to support the channel, then they can. I mean, again, I feel like I just set up the donation thing so that if I ever did kind of start getting to the point where this could eventually be a thing that becomes my job, or like my livelihood, I can have that to kind of help be a source of income until YouTube fully does. But yeah, so if you guys want to see more gaming videos, more music videos, more hybrid videos, let me know. This is my kind of first review video as a whole. As far as games go, I mean, I reviewed Fear Scripts probably about a month back, or a couple weeks back. That was fine. I mean, they're good grips. Again, sponsor. It's not a sponsored video. I mean, I'm sponsored by them. But, yeah. If you guys want grips for Christmas, and if the people who entered the giveaway, if you guys see this video, I am going to be shipping those out today. Like, as this video comes out on the 20th, I will be shipping them out. So, one of the winners was from Italy. So, you definitely won't get yours by Christmas, and I'm sorry about that. To the 3 people in the US, you guys might get them before Christmas, I don't know. But if you do, make sure to send me a picture on Twitter. You can take a picture of them, you can take a picture of yourself with them, doesn't matter. And then I will retweet it and like it, just to kind of shout you guys out. Yeah, so if you guys enjoy these videos, leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, add me on Steam if you want. If you want my Steam, join the Discord and I will put my Steam there. And then, if you want to add me on PSN, just go ahead. My ID's in the top right. I can play Overwatch, Fortnite, COD, any of that kind of stuff. So if you guys want to party up for that shit, let me know. I'm thinking of doing like a GTA 5 open lobby someday, or like a World War II open lobby, I don't know. That depends on what you guys want. But yeah, if you guys enjoy these videos, again, all that kind of general stuff, yeah, thank you guys for joining, and if you stayed through this whole video, talk about buttery noodles in the comments or some shit. And to anyone that comes from Twitter, thank you. To any of my subscribers that do see this that don't usually watch my videos, let me know what you guys want from my videos so that I know what to do videos on. Because I do have almost 75 subs at this point, and most of them don't watch the videos. So if you guys do, like anyone that's subscribed to me, if you guys do like certain games that I have played or whatever, if you guys want to see me do certain videos, let me know. Because this is always going to be a music and gaming hybrid channel. That's just how it is. But if you guys want this to kind of continue, and if you guys want to kind of help the channel be alive, the community has to be alive with me as well. So, again, thank you to everyone who has subbed. Thank you especially to the active subs. Thank you even to the subs that aren't as active, because then they still show their support, that they support me in general. But thank you to everyone. Thank you for staying through this. I know a lot of people probably left at the beginning, and if you are still here, even if you disagreed with everything I said, thank you for being calm enough and open-minded enough to be able to listen to someone else's opposing opinion. That's good. Again, if you agreed or disagreed, let me know down in the comments. I would love to have a discussion with you guys. But yeah, check out the videos I said that I made this video because of, like the Nero Cinema video and the 2 Cynic videos. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video or stream, and peace.